like it. They're going to take it back, and they're going to like it. Today, I'm also signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know.
President Trump's recent executive order has thrust Guantanamo Bay back into the spotlight, igniting a firestorm of controversy. The order directs the expansion of the Migrant Operations Center at the naval base, aiming to detain up to 30,000 individuals. These individuals are classified as high-priority criminal aliens found within the United States. The order marks a significant escalation in the Trump administration's hardline immigration policies. It has sparked outrage and condemnation from human rights groups and international leaders alike. The decision to utilize Guantanamo Bay for this purpose is particularly jarring. The facility is infamous for its association with the detention and alleged torture of terrorism suspects following the 9/11 attacks. The use of this location to detain migrants, even those classified as criminals, raises serious ethical and legal questions. Critics argue that it sullies the reputation of the United States and undermines its commitment to human rights. The executive order states that the detainees will be held in a separate facility from the high-security prison housing.
30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo. This will double our capacity immediately, right? And tough. That's a tough place to get out of. Today's signings bring us one step closer to eradicating the scourge of migrant crime in our communities once and for all.
However, the mere presence of any detention center at Guantanamo Bay evokes memories of a dark chapter in American history. The decision to expand detention operations at this location has sent shockwaves across the globe. The Trump administration defends its decision by citing the need for a secure location to hold individuals deemed dangerous. Guantanamo Bay, with its remote location and strict security measures, is presented as the ideal solution to prevent escapes and protect the American public. This argument, however, has done little to quell the tide of criticism. Human rights organizations have vehemently denounced the move, labeling it as morally indefensible. Amnesty International and the International Refugee Assistance Project have expressed grave concerns about potential human rights abuses. They argue that the history of Guantanamo Bay makes it an entirely inappropriate location for detaining migrants. The Cuban government has also condemned the expansion, calling it a violation of Cuban sovereignty and an act of brutality. Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel has been particularly vocal in his opposition, accusing the Trump administration of perpetuating a legacy of human rights violations. Beyond the moral implications, legal experts are raising concerns about the legality of detaining individuals at Guantanamo Bay indefinitely and without due process. The administration's justifications for this move are being scrutinized, with many arguing that it sets a dangerous precedent for
have to be doing this. Now we need Congress to provide full funding for the complete and total restoration of our sovereign borders, as well as financial support to remove record numbers of illegal aliens. And these are illegal alien killers, criminals at levels that nobody's ever seen before. And you would have known that, and you were there when I said it. I said everybody that's bad is going to be thrown. If you look at Venezuela, Venezuela's crime is down 77%.
Many arguing that it sets a dangerous precedent for circumventing established legal norms. The use of Guantanamo Bay for immigration detention has opened a Pandora's box of legal and ethical dilemmas. The legal challenges facing the Trump administration's decision are significant. Critics argue that detaining migrants at Guantanamo Bay violates both domestic and international law. The facility's location outside the United States raises questions about the applicability of U.S. law, potentially denying detainees fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution. Furthermore, international law prohibits prolonged detention without trial and mandates humane treatment for all individuals, regardless of their immigration status. Beyond the legal complexities, the ethical implications of this decision are profound. Guantanamo Bay has become synonymous with human rights abuses. The decision to detain migrants at this location sends a chilling message to the world about the United States' commitment to human rights and the rule of law. It risks further tarnishing the country's image and undermining its moral standing on the global stage. The use of Guantanamo Bay for immigration detention raises fundamental questions about the very fabric of American democracy. It challenges the country's commitment to due process, equal protection under the law, and the fundamental rights of all individuals. The legal and ethical battle lines have been drawn, setting the stage for a protracted legal and political struggle.
They're drug dealers, they're drug lords. They've shipped them all into the United States. Many other countries, their crime is way down, and our crime is not doing well. But we're going to have it do really well very soon, and we're shipping all these people back where they came from.
The Migrant Operations Center at Guantanamo Bay is not an isolated incident. It is the latest in a long line of controversial immigration policies enacted by the Trump administration. From the Muslim ban to the separation of families at the border, the administration has consistently prioritized restrictive immigration measures, often at the expense of human rights. The Guantanamo Bay decision fits squarely within this pattern. The decision has reignited the debate about the legacy of Guantanamo Bay and its place in American history. For many, the facility represents a betrayal of American values, a stain on the nation's conscience. The expansion of detention operations there only serves to deepen this wound. The international community is watching closely, and the world is holding its breath. The future of Guantanamo Bay remains uncertain. Legal challenges are expected to tie up the expansion in court for years to come. However, the symbolic significance of the decision cannot be overstated. It serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of human rights and the importance of constant vigilance in the face of power. The fight for justice and the protection of